Well, hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. Today we are watching Star Trek Lower Decks Season 1, Episode 6, Terminal Provocations. Again, I've learned now, several episodes in, don't read anything into the name. Are you going to get something that's sort of like it? Sure, but it's like a monkey's paw type of thing. You see, again, temporal edict. It's time travel. No, it's not. It's a scheduling snafu. So when I see terminal provocations, there's kind of an ominous feel. Terminal provocations. I mean, somebody could be getting into a fight at an airport. I don't know. I don't know where these writers are going to go. The only thing I do know is I'm going to love it. And if I don't, I'll definitely mention it, but I can't see that happening. My friends, this is Lower Decks. This is the USS Cerritos. This is unabashedly one of my favorite things to watch and react to. I'm not going to lie. I mean, you're not supposed to pick your favorite. This is my favorite thing to watch and react to. I love the original series. I love the animated series. I love the Rotten Tomatoes top 150 sci-fi movies. I mean, I can love everybody else, but I can adore Lower Decks. And I do. I do. I adore Lower Decks. And as I've said, I'm rolling my sleeves up now simply because Beckett Mariner is quickly becoming one of my very favorite characters, regardless of not one of my favorite Star Trek characters, one of my favorite hard stop character. I can't wait to get into it, and get into it we shall. How about right now? My friends, before we do, if you could, hit that like button, smash that subscribe, ring that bell for notifications for whenever we go live here on YouTube with sci-fi and Star Trek related content. And then again, if you would like to join us for full-length watch-alongs and reactions, join us over on Patreon. Link down in the description. Growing community, growing library, and I'm certainly trying to get several episodes ahead over on Patreon before they're released here over on YouTube. So my friends, without any further ado, let's get into Star Trek Lower Decks Season 1, Episode 6, Terminal Provocations. Engage maximum warp reaction, and away we go. Cold open.
What are you doing?
Sometimes I hum warp engine sounds just to, soothe myself.
Well, that's
Oh, ASMR.
sounds like.
That was Enterprise D at warp 4. This is Cerritos.
Oh, yeah, I get it. It's like...
Fletcher, no. The Cerritos
Fletcher.
are inverted plasma.
Wrong. The shh doesn't come from the distributors. It's the vibrations in the dilithium disbursement manifold. It's like this.
Beckett.
Security to Deck 11. Something is very wrong down here. On the ground, now!
Ransom note.
Freeze!
Oh, it is a little higher.
I love the cold opens. I love the cold opens. Oh, my friends, what are we going to get today? Terminal Provocations. Everybody place your bets. If you haven't seen it, place your bets. My bet right now is Terminal Provocations. How well do I know the writing staff here? And while we've got some time during the intro, let me speculate. Not on things that I want to know about, but Terminal Provocations. I don't know. My knee jerk is there's a problem between two parties that the Cerritos has to come and negotiate maybe a peace of some kind. But if that's the case, then normally they would send somebody a little bit more qualified in diplomacy than the Cerritos, at least as far as we've seen. But can Captain Freeman handle it? Captain Freeman handled the political situation in the last episode, so sure, she can handle it. Would they send the Cerritos, though? I don't know. Maybe it's just something new. Maybe, again, I'm sure I'm wrong, but Terminal Provocation, to me, I'm gonna put my chips in and say Terminal Provocation is some type of argument resolution mission.
Our standoff with Drukmani scavengers continues. Their claim of salvage on Starfleet cargo is ludicrous. Thus far, my recommendation of full assault has been ignored in favor of a more diplomatic.
Full assault.
This trash is ours. We claim salvage.
It has Starfleet stamped on it. That's our trash.
It's been abandoned for more than 100 years. That means it's clear for salvage.
It is, technically.
Captain, they're attempting to load that cargo with their tractor beam.
Oh, no, they didn't. Engage our tractor beam.
There is a law of the sea, which I know that they've used in Star Trek before about cargo, and there's like a finder's moratorium on it.
Technology. We can't let them have it.
If we fire on them, it's an act of war.
I advise we fire on them.
Shucks.
But it's technology that, if it's true, is 100 years old. So who is Fletcher?
Do you know how hard it is to get cheese out of fur in a sonic shower?
Oh no.
Sonic shower.
Sorry, I didn't mean to.
Don't try to butter my bread, Ensign. I've heard about you.
But I didn't. What?
You're a disgrace. You want to goof
Oh, no.
around? Go work on Starbase 80.
Damn, Starbase 80?
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize.
Damn, Starbase 80.
Oh, all right. Here, Doc, here's a warm towel.
Give me that.
And some freshly replicated nachos.
Nice job, Fletcher.
Fletcher's like a natural peace negotiator. He was always getting us out of trouble back in the academy.
Remember when those Nausicaans tried to eat your heart?
Yeah, until you convinced them to just spit in my... You know, it's not very Starfleet to take a swing at the bridge crew.
Whatever.
I mean, this is Mariner. She can do what she wants.
Brings up Starbase 80. They better be ready to throw down.
Starbase 80.
Because there's a baseline of goodness to everyone in Starfleet, even Boimler.
Baseline of goodness.
Once they figure things out with those aliens, they'll probably have a spacewalk to get everything cataloged.
Spacewalk? Really?
Uh-oh.
Well, why can't we just use the cargo transporter?
That stuff's too massive. Wait, what's wrong? I thought you loved archival cataloging.
Doesn't like spacewalking, Rutherford.
I never finished my spacewalk unit at the academy.
What? How did you graduate? You just float and magnet. Float and magnet.
But what if I forget to magnet? I'll spin out into the void of space and burn up.
There's a transporter.
I've been working on this new holodeck training program. I think it can help you. You want to try it out?
Oh my gosh, yes, thank you.
I love Rutherford.
You know, it's not just for hanging with Sherlock Holmes and Robin Hood and Sigmund Freud and Cyrano de Bergerac and Einstein and Da Vinci and Stephen Hawking and Socrates.
All the people they used in TNG.
Choo-choo! Oh, great. Everybody's going except us.
Guys,
The choo-choo dance.
go get your choo-choo on.
Oh, no. We would not make you do that.
Fletcher, what's going on?
I've got this. Lower deckers, stick together.
Fletcher, that is super cool, man.
Hell yeah, thanks, Fletcher.
What's up with Fletcher?
Hi, can I teach you a lesson?
Oh, well, who's this little guy?
This is Badgie.
Badgie?
Tutor who can walk you through any Starfleet exercise you can imagine.
It's like the old paperclip.
Can you show me how to perform an untethered cargo retrieval in open space?
Sometimes it takes a second.
He's loading.
You got it.
Wow.
Wow.
Oh.
Rutherford.
So this is spacewalking.
Legend, you.
Get your magnet boots too close to...
Oh. Oh, please. Please.
Sorry. Yeah, let me just...
Looks like you want to recover lost cargo. Did I get that right?
Oh, yeah, almost forgot.
Coming right up.
Wow, look at him try.
Look at him try.
Come on, you stupid glitch!
There we
We're
go.
back in business!
Badgie is going to turn evil.
I can't believe I actually made eye contact with one of the Zebulon sisters. Oh, God!
Zebulon sisters.
I'm glad we did this together, boys. Sometimes you can be, like, really not annoying.
Yeah, sometimes you can be not annoying, too.
Fletcher.
The core. I was working on the core. Everything was going fine. Until...
Someone stunned you?
I don't know. Next thing I knew, you were here, and now I'm saying this.
Kinda. They regulate auto repair when the shield's
I
damaged.
messed up the shield?
Hey, it's okay. It's like a backup of a backup.
Seems like somebody wanted to get you in trouble without damaging the ship.
I'm gonna get court-martialed.
No, you're not. We can figure this out before anyone notices.
We're the ones who left you alone.
Is he setting them up?
Who's shady as hell and knows this system as well as we do?
Delta Shift.
Delta Shift.
These creepy Delta Shift guys have always rubbed me the wrong way. I mean, what, they do our jobs while we sleep? So weird.
We haven't met any Delta Shift people.
Shouldn't you guys be getting ready for bed?
We don't want to be here. I don't like us being awake at the same time. It feels wrong, okay?
I don't like us being awake at the same time.
This must be the beta shift's version of a badass.
Mariner's a total badass, and if you don't come clean, she's gonna your off.
Whoa!
Someone knocked Fletcher out and stole an isolinear core.
Are you accusing us of assault?
Get out of here! We don't know anything about a core.
That's it. You want some of this? Where's the core?
Only one pop.
Where's the
No,
core,
no,
dude?
don't undo your flaps.
You want to dance? I'll take you to the dance.
The flaps are down.
Don't talk about my dad.
Wait,
Don't
hold on.
talk
When
about
did this all go down?
I don't know. A few hours ago.
They're sleeping.
And at the end, when they added the third chew and it became the choo-choo-choo dance, I cried. I saw you crying too. Don't even lie.
Oh, damn, you were there.
You were there.
And don't you remember anything?
I don't know. It was dark. It's totally dark. Couldn't see anything.
Fletcher is sketchy as hell.
The Drukmani have reversed their tractor beam to launch the cargo against our hull.
It's a good idea. It's like a Riker maneuver. Are these guys a real race? Like they look like space gorillas.
Captain, something is wrong with our shields. They shouldn't be fading this fast.
Oh shit. Oh boy, shields are going down.
Non-essential power diverted. Safety protocols disabled.
Whoa.
Get out of here. Computer end program. I said computer end program.
Safety protocols are down.
I didn't mean to hurt.
My buddy said the deadliest place on the Enterprise is the holodeck without the safety protocols.
Safety protocols are unavailable.
So Badgie is going completely berserk.
Can I teach you a lesson?
That means the safety protocols are off for you too, Badgie.
Load Bajoran Marketplace. Put this on. Put this on. We gotta blend in. We gotta keep going.
Fun fact, I'm gonna rip your eyes out.
That fact wasn't fun.
Oh my god! This became sinister super fucking quick. You know, enough of these assholes too.
Phasers locked onto their warp core, Captain.
No, not warp core. Take out their shields.
I have been very good this month.
Evasive pattern Sulu Alpha.
Oh, come
Sulu Alpha.
I thought you said this trash wasn't worth fighting for.
They're not fighting.
Fighting.
Avoiding damage is fighting.
We can talk this out.
You.
Oh, okay. Target their engines. Leave them adrift.
Oh man, the shields must be slammed. If they fall below 50%, they'll realize the core's gone.
And then I'll be gone.
Wait. I thought Drukmani were...
Fletcher, what's up?
Proof.
Okay, let's go. Let's go get our scanners.
Fletcher, what's going on?
Huh? The core? Fletcher, it was in your bunk? I messed up, you guys. Oh man, I really messed up. I'm
Stop
the worst.
it! Get a hold of yourself and shut up.
What is going on?
So I was like, this would be so much easier if I were smarter. And then I was like, wait, that computer's smart. Maybe it can make me smart.
What?
So I hooked it up directly to my brain and let it run so it would make me smarter.
Oh boy, that is not a good idea.
So he has a neural pathway to the ship?
Get smarter. It broke and I peed my pants.
And I peed my pants.
It's okay.
Yeah, but
Reformat the core and put this all behind us.
reformat the core.
We're Starfleet. We're Starfleet. And when we make mistakes, we learn.
What in the... Wow. Okay, everybody. So does Fletcher have an ulterior motive?
Do to it!
I don't know. Make me smarter. Make me smarter.
Oh, Fletcher, your brainwaves corrupted that thing.
Yep, his brainwaves are in there.
Let's grab her on.
Fletcher, you've got to call this in.
But I'll get in trouble.
Dude.
Hello.
No, don't destroy it.
You help me or I'll say this was all your idea. I'm not going down.
Oh, this is how you're going to play it, Fletcher. All right.
Never put anyone in danger. Except sometimes maybe Boimler.
Not really, though. This thing's growing, everybody.
I'm sorry. This is all my fault.
Here's a tip. I'm going to burn your hearts in a fire.
Leave us alone, Badgie!
I like how Badgie's sweating, too.
No, I was trying to show off. I knew Badgie wasn't ready yet, but I wanted to impress you. I just think you're really cool.
Oh, Rutherford.
Hope you're ready to die. Just as soon as I get up there, gonna kill you.
Badgie, why don't you?
You shouldn't be affected by the physical parameters of the simulation.
I'm gonna wear your skin.
I'm going to wear your skin. Ah.
Computer, load environment 83.
Yeah, so if the safety protocols are off for you guys, they're off for Badgie, too. But I don't know what, how that affects Badgie.
Hey, grab that edge. We gotta...
So you got Badgie in the holodeck and this fucking thing out here.
No, we let this thing beat us up a little. Then later, we say that a Q showed up and caused all of this.
Fletcher, you need to shut up.
Here, feed some stuff into this thing so it gets bigger.
Delicioso.
Oh, real nice.
Yeah, exactly. You can't protect Fletcher anymore. This guy has no idea what's going on.
You know, it's kind of nice that we aren't fighting for once.
Yeah, guess we make a good team.
The best team.
No way we're gonna make it to the transporter.
Airlock.
Yep.
It's aliens. Those
Oh my God, send that over to the scrappers.
You don't talk about my dad.
Yep, it's going right over to the scrappers, the salvage guys.
Wait, is it drifting?
Drukmani. I gotta get that right. Drukmani.
Shields are down, Captain!
I have done everything I can to respect.
Target their engines and fire. Target tractor beam and fire.
Drukmani have given me no choice. Shax, target their warp core.
Warp core. All right, blow them up.
No! We waited too long! Weapon systems are down!
We need to get the crew into escape pod.
So close, Shax.
Wait, Captain, look. What is that?
Reminds me of the Matrix.
We did it! I don't know what we did, but we did it! Ah!
Shax full on kissing the doctor.
Yeah, we're doing fine. We're so good. Keep going.
No, Rutherford, no.
I'm gonna slit your little green friend's throat and take a bath in her blood.
Oh no, you said you were going after Tendi. We're gonna see the full Rutherford right here.
I'm gonna wear your skin.
Badgie is very disturbing.
I'm sorry I yelled at you, son. I was just trying to impress Tendi. I mean, look at her. She's so cute.
It's too late for apologies.
It's not too late.
So cold.
Dear God, Badgie.
So sorry. Came to this, Badgie. I'm gonna cut off your foot. Shh. No.
Badgie!
Oh my God, he snapped Badgie's neck. He twisted the entire delta.
Safety protocols restored.
Oh my God, this show.
Can I teach you a lesson?
Nope. Actually, you know what?
Guarantee you Badgie knows.
Need me? Badgie's here.
Give the sinister look.
I'm always here.
Yep.
That core had my brain pattern all over it. If they find it and kick me off the ship, you're going down with me.
No, you're not, Fletcher.
Oh, I'll tell you exactly what happened.
Ensign Fletcher's brilliant improvisation.
Oh, for God's sakes.
Fletcher demonstrated the sort of selfless heroism that Starfleet's all about.
He's gonna be a lieutenant?
Heroism that earned him a promotion and a transfer to the Titan.
Titan! At this point, that's still Riker's ship, right? 6 days later.
I got frickin' fired! Who says you're not supposed to empty trash into the warp core? It all burns up anyway.
Oh yeah, who wouldn't make that mistake?
Common mistake.
He's Earth's problem now.
Gotta say, I'd rather serve with a dozen of you than one Fletcher.
Of course.
Now come on, I got the keys to the captain's yacht.
Wait, what? You shouldn't have those.
No, it's cool. I signed him out in your name. Last one, there's a Fletcher.
Wait, no, that's not the last.
Last one, there's a Fletcher. Oh, these are too fast. They go by way too quick. Oh my goodness gracious, great balls of fire. All right, everybody, that was Star Trek Lower Decks Season 1, Episode 6, Terminal Provocations. There's only one thing left to do. Let's talk about it. All right, friends, just finished Star Trek Lower Decks Season 1, Episode 6, Terminal Provocations. We didn't get really any advancement in the Boimler and Mariner storylines as far as like their past and things like that, other than we found out that Brad knew Fletcher back at the Academy and they had some shenanigans back there, which is, again, a nice, in a 20-some minute episode, that's a nice little bit of info we got there. I think that the star of the episode as far as relationship developments had to go with Rutherford and Tendi. I loved the holodeck simulation, you know, again, just to help her with spacewalks and things like that. We've seen Rutherford go above and beyond to kind of cultivate this relationship with Tendi to the point where, and it almost, I started tearing up a little bit when Rutherford was willing to sacrifice. That's one of my favorite kind of tropes that they use in movies and storytelling, where it's the almost the unseen, yeah, I'm right behind you, you know, but they really are staying back to buy time, or knowing that they have to remove themselves from the situation for the other person to succeed, a la Bing Bong and Inside Out for like the ultimate sacrifice. Oh, I mean, there's many, many, many more examples of that. But for me, that sort of is the first one that comes to my mind. But with this one, we were able to see that Rutherford, even with this creation in Badgie, which, I mean, pardon my French, was super fucked up. I mean, Badgie is really, I mean, the things that he was saying, I'm going to slit your throat and bathe in your blood, I'm cutting your foot off. And, I mean, then going through and like murdering the populations in the holodeck, which of course, they're all fake. They're all, just photons and whatever. But again, the graphic way in which he was just kind of like showing Rutherford, here's what I'm going to do to you. And like I said in the episode, my buddy once told me a long time ago that the most dangerous place aboard a ship has to be the holodeck with its safety protocols removed, because literally anything can kill you in there. Anything that's on the ship can be replicated inside the holodeck, like a warp core malfunction. Without the safety protocols, the holodeck could kill you the same way. But it can also kill you in any way you can think of. In any way, on any planet, by any, various species could kill you. It can kill you. So it's a deadly environment. And it was made even more so by the kind of like the Moriarty-esque Badgie, who I loved and likened to the paperclip thing from the old Windows program, or, like Microsoft Word, they pop up, how can I help you? And, Badgie had very similar vibes, even a similar look, with the Delta replacing the actual paperclip. Again, though, I think that the main draw from all of that is that was there as representative of the help that Rutherford wanted to give Tendi. Rutherford got a little irritated by the fact that Badgie was kind of failing to load and had that aggressive outburst that kind of led to Badgie kind of, evolving to the point where it didn't like that approach. Which, I mean, I completely understood. Rutherford kind of lost his shit there a little bit just because he was worried about impressing Tendi. I understand, it's just that little bit of aggression kind of, made Badgie kind of short circuit a bit. But our development of the relationship that we see coming on from Tendi and Rutherford, initially I was thinking, Rutherford definitely goes out of his way to spend more time with Tendi, a la when he was trying to leave engineering just so he could watch the supernova with her, and then they ended up spending the time together anyway in the Jeffries tube. I'm not sure it's reciprocated. This, I think Rutherford does like Tendi. He made the first mention he made of this wasn't a friend. First time he made like a non-friendly reference to Tendi. And I don't mean non-friendly as enemy. I mean non-friendly as in it wasn't a friend-based comment. It was I actually have romantic feelings for this person comment. That's what I mean by non-friend. But when he was fighting with Badgie, he said, "Do you see how cute she is?" Or made some type of reference to her being cute. And that's usually, in my opinion, that's usually not something that is reserved for friends. I mean, it can be, but it seems to lean more towards, wanting a romantic relationship. I think Rutherford's actions support that. He's willing to go above and beyond as a friend would, but he's willing to go kind of above and beyond as somebody that is genuinely interested in the other person would. And I think that's what we're seeing. I think that we're seeing the actual evolution of Rutherford's feelings for Tendi, but I don't think we're seeing it on the other side. This might be unrequited, which again, I mean, I'm all here for stuff like that because that's character development. That's something that, if Rutherford does in fact want to have some type of romantic relationship with Tendi in the future, and she's like, I really just like being friends, there's a problem that needs to be overcome for the relationship to continue. I like those things. It shows that the writers are thinking so far ahead in their presentation of these characters that in episode 6 of season 1, they're planting and kind of watching these little seedlings grow that they've put in there for, Rutherford's, friendship / love with Tendi. And I think that's where we got the most development. What was Rutherford willing to do? Willing to go the extra mile as far as, taking her into the holodeck for the program, helping her learn about spacewalking so, she could overcome her fear. But even more so than that, we had the bing bong moment where they're going through the snow and Rutherford deliberately says, "I'm right behind you, keep going." And then turns around to buy Tendi time and face Badgie by himself. Was that the smartest move to make? Probably not, but it was the one that I'm sure he felt gave Tendi the most chance of, living another minute or two, or however long it would take. Or if he could actually take Badgie out, then he could save her completely. And I'm not here to say that Tendi needs saving. I think that this is something that Rutherford did because he felt responsible for, obviously, Badgie going, batshit crazy. But Tendi has proven time and time again to be very resourceful, as much so as Rutherford. Any Starfleet officer in their own department and skill sets, are incredibly competent individuals. So I don't necessarily think this was I know it wasn't Rutherford thinking, well, I have to save Tendi because she needs saving. No, that's too narrow a type of mindset that Rutherford would have. This was, I fucked up. I need to make sure that I take care of this because my friend / potentially more than friend is life's in danger. And he didn't want to drag her into it because for the same reason, they could both have been fighting Badgie. And I mean, Badgie's sitting there saying, I'm going to slit her throat and bathe in her blood. Hold the phone. Again, it was very tense and it was almost, anytime Badgie spoke, it was a kind of a removal from the comedic. Yeah, was it funny? In a very like dark humor type of way, sure, like a gallows type of humor. I enjoyed it. I thought that it was really good simply because it was suspenseful, and they do not hesitate to stab people in this show. I mean, we saw our Bolian friend a couple episodes take a spear to the chest, and then Mariner had the great line, listen, we live on a spaceship. No one's dying from a spear wound today, which I think is great, and again, so the stakes are kind of off whenever you see somebody take a shot. Like, Rutherford took the shot from Badgie right in his shoulder. But I mean, really kind of got the shit kicked out of him there, all for the sake of this problem that he had created that he was willing to die to save Tendi for. And again, this shows us a lot about Rutherford's character, a lot. And it hints about things from Tendi's character, because I'm not sure we're going to need, I need to see more before I make a definitive statement that Tendi is, not necessarily feeling the same way towards Rutherford as Rutherford appears to be feeling towards Tendi. I mean, overall, a very strong episode. Fletcher, I'm glad he's gone. He reminds me of too many people that I've had to deal with in my life. And I'm not saying I'm perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but we've all known that person that is just really the only thing they're good at is fucking up. And they're really, really good at it. But, the Fletcher had some redeeming qualities in that, you would think that he was trying. He didn't mean to do any of these things. He didn't have it planned out when he would cause all these problems, when he offered to take over the rest of their duties so they could go to see the choo-choo dance type of thing. And I mean, again, the character was a good person to throw in there. I'm interested to see, I was never looking for Fletcher before. Was Fletcher in episodes 1 through 5? Like, I would love, because it appears that he was right in the bunk beside Boimler and Mariner, because across is Rutherford and Tendi. I don't know. I'm gonna have to go back and take a look because they all seem to be on the shift together. Which reminds me, Delta Shift. Okay, so I'm really digging the idea of Delta Shift as being this kind of like, not necessarily like a mirror universe, because they all seem to be pretty nice. They had their own ideas of Delta being better than Beta Shift and all that stuff. And I really, really enjoy that kind of, we shouldn't be awake at the same time, that Lady Hawk kind of, there are two ships that pass in the night, they're going in, they're taking their racks whenever Delta Shift is leaving and then vice versa. And then so they just kind of bitch about each other, but they don't really interact. I like that quite a bit. The other thing I like that was kind of a crumb that was dropped was Starbase 80. So Starbase 80, and when somebody said in the back, someone Starbase 80, damn, like that is like the worst insult you could give anybody. Like, you should go work on Starbase 80, and everybody's like, oh shit, because it's like that bad. I love that. I love that we have some type of place that is like the Bermuda Triangle where they send Starfleet officers that are just awful, and they all get sent there. It's like some type of like, penal colony. It's the Rurapente of Starfleet. Like, you just get sent there and forgotten. And again, I would love to see Starbase 80, but not for a while. Let's have it be myth and legend, and that just whispered about Starbase 80. Oh, don't ever say that. Like it's just like the worst thing. I love that. I love that. Can't love that anymore. So I think the last thing that we had that popped up here was, when we're looking at all of these things, we always have several plots that are going on at once. And normally, I would say that Boimler and Beckett Mariner are at the heart of the A plot. If we're going to, I guess I have to do this now. Normally there's the A plot, the B plot, and then a filler plot that kind of ties loosely the events of what's going on the bridge, or like what the Cerritos is actually dealing with is usually kind of the fill plot, and then the A and B usually deals with the members of Lower Decks. So we've seen that so far. I would argue that I think they wanted the A plot to be Boimler and Beckett Mariner and their problems with Fletcher. I argue, though, in this one that the actual A plot was Rutherford and Tendi, because we got too much information about the two of them that furthers our understanding of the Lower Decks crew and furthers our evolution of the perception of the relationship between them and individually. We learned a lot about them. We didn't necessarily learn too much about Brad and Beckett in this one, other than they work together great. Like when they're dragging that thing at the end, or not the end, towards the end, they're dragging that probe, or the core that was becoming the Matrix thing that had all the arms and stuff. And they're dragging it, and they said, it's good to not be at each other's throats, or the two of us aren't fighting. We're a great team. And they really, really are. I would dare say, though, they're a team in the same way that Batman and Robin are a team. Hear me out. Batman and Robin, dynamic duo, absolutely. Great together, absolutely. But separately, you've got Robin. Again, depending upon what Robin you're picking, it doesn't matter. Dick Grayson or Tim Drake, it doesn't matter. Whoever you're picking, that Robin is going to be very competent. Jason Todd, even, they're going to have strengths, but they also have weaknesses. On the other side of that, you got Batman. Batman's got his own problems, but Batman's also one of the greatest thought out, fleshed out, tactical superheroes out there. And if we're looking at this dynamic duo between Beckett Mariner and Brad Boimler, Brad's Robin, and Beckett is most assuredly Batman. And again, I love that, though. I love that, if you're just looking at it the first kind of way through, Brad appears to have all the book smarts and none of the practical application. Beckett seems to have all of the go-get-'em action and less of the book smarts. But if we've watched this, which we have through 6 episodes, Mariner has it all. Now, weaknesses and flaws, absolutely. But as a Starfleet officer, Beckett Mariner's ready for the chair. Not today, but Beckett Mariner is the one that's on the pipeline towards the chair. And I've talked about it before, predominantly because I don't think she wants it. And that's exactly who I would put in the chair, somebody that doesn't want to be there, because that's the person that you want kind of running everything. So I thought that, again, I think this is the first time that we saw the A plot, in my mind, the A plot going to Rutherford and Tendi, and the B plot going towards Brad and Beckett, with the Phil plot being all the problems they were having with the Drukmani and, the salvage operation, and just kind of letting us know how the events of Lower Decks and the Lost Core and things like that were affecting both the bridge and the ship in general and its current mission, and then also the holodeck. And that was pretty much what Beckett and Brad were doing, and, Fletcher being just kind of the cast-in foil for this whole thing. But I think that I if I was to rank them, Rutherford and Tendi's plot goes first. My friends, I couldn't love this show anymore. It makes you think. It gives you an incredibly rapid 20-some minutes of absolute perfect Star Trek, and at the same time gives you the laughs and the humor that you would expect from these incredible writers. But now we're getting into the meat of everything. Now we're kind of we know these characters, we know the fun, and now we're getting into, where do we go from here? We've known them to this point. How do their relationships develop? What in the past will prevent things from developing? What is the evolution or de-evolution of these characters? Do they become more than when we first met them? Do they become less than what we first met them? And I don't mean by less like they become worse characters. I mean, do they continue to grow towards the characters that we believe they'll be? All of them looking for higher ranks and promotion and becoming better in their fields and things like that, with the exception of Mariner, probably. Do we see that progression? Do we see them like reaching towards these goals, or do we see them kind of sandbagged? Do we see them having to like experience failure? Do we see them having to experience loss? You know? And I think everything's on the table for this. The comedy is always going to be there, but there is hints of tension. There's hints of like an anxious energy underneath all of this stuff. And there's also the hint of like, you know, are we going to have unrequited love, which is another kind of negative thing that could happen to a character. All of it's on the table. I cannot wait to see where this goes. Cannot wait. My friends, if you've stuck with me this long, please hit that like button, smash that subscribe, ring that bell for notifications for whenever we go live here on YouTube with Star Trek and science fiction related content. And if you would like a longer format for our full-length watch-alongs and reactions, the link to Patreon is in the description. Please join us over there. We would welcome you aboard with open arms. We are a growing community and a growing library over there of all things Star Trek and nerdy. And the more that I can get on there, the quicker I can, the more Lower Decks I can watch, and the more we can talk about it and all of that lovely stuff. So my friends, thank you so much for being here. Remember to Vulcan roll, and I'll see you next time.